In this video, I am going to be explaining how to get your team more emotionally involved in games and in training.
So, hey guys, hold on. So we do, hey guys,
listen.
so we do team goals. We have 6 goals that we want to accomplish.
A lot of the things that we experience as coaches is motivation. How do you get motivation instilled within a team? How do you get the team emotionally involved in what they're doing? How do you get them to understand that the trainings are directly correlated with what happens in the game? And a good way for them to understand this is through a team scoreboard.
And these are go up and down with our goals. And these are our goals right here. Up and down, good. And then back to me.
If you want to get your team to play their best, you must have them emotionally involved. Emotions gets your team playing from this level when they are at their best to this level. And as you know, as a coach, sometimes the difference between here and here is the difference between winning and becoming a champion. What I'm going to explain to you is going to help your team get to the next level over time. This is not a quick fix, but through months of working through it consistently, it will take your team to the next level. It is integral that your team can tell when they are winning and when they are losing. It is vital that they have a scoreboard that is continuously updated to give them status on where they are throughout the process. You want to have a team scoreboard that tells them where they are right now and where they should be.
And one of the things that's important about team goals is that you want to make sure, oh, hey Ruben, don't be flipping the camera. Make sure you see
the camera.
One of the things that's important is that you have to make sure your team sees the goals as often as possible. Because if they see it once and you never show it again, they're going to forget about it. So every training, every practice, I make sure these guys look at the goals every single time and we go over them.
This scoreboard needs to be easily visible to the players. It can be a digital scoreboard, such as in a phone or an application, or it can be physical on a whiteboard, for example. This scoreboard should be seen by your players moment by moment, day by day, or week by week. In this team scoreboard, it is also vital that you give your players a role in keeping up with the scoreboard. Let them update the scoreboard. Let them take a role in marking where they are so that they can see where they need to be. One of the most important things, and there are so many important things in order to get this right.
Hey Abraham, where are you?
Here.
Here, mark it with the red marker. So Ruben, or Abraham marked it last game. Ruben, come closer and look at Abraham and go.
What should I do? Bunny ears.
Yeah. Look at Abraham while he's marking.
Mark 4 and 4. Should I put 4?
Here.
Bunny ears.
4. Come closer, Ruben. Hold on. Come closer.
I scored 1 goal. I assisted 1 too.
All right.
The more responsibility a team takes in creating that scoreboard and keeping the scoreboard up to date, the more relevant it will be to them, the more ownership they can take in that team scoreboard, and the more emotionally engaged they will be in the scoreboard. If it is just you doing everything with the scoreboard, creating the scoreboard, only you update the scoreboard, they're not interacting with it, then they cannot be emotionally involved, because at this point, it's your scoreboard. I would even go so far to say, as it is best when the players reach a certain age, to have them create the scoreboard. Have them create what goals they want to reach, what the measurements are. Now you should help them in this process to make sure that what they are doing makes sense, to make sure that it's reasonable. But the more that they are involved in the process, the more emotionally engaged they will be.
Is that it has to be simple. All of these goals here, all these players understand exactly what they mean. We have the scores here, very easy. Come here, Christian. We got the scores here, very easy to see. And then all these other goals are very easy. For example, 2 wins in a row, 1 shutout game, and they can see it here. So all the scores we track, we can determine the goals. So it has to be very, very easy for the players.
The problem with the coach's scoreboard is that it is complex. Coaches want to look at all these little statistics, but the problem with that is that they are not easily interpreted. The thing with the players creating their measurements is, one, they will make them easy to understand. They will be understood in a few seconds, and ideally those are the best measurements, the best graphs, the best team scoreboards to make are ones that can be interpreted quickly. When it's too complex and too many things have to be done to understand what's being calculated, then players can lose interest, teams can lose interest.
And another one is you have to have your players participate in what they're doing so that you have them emotionally invested. So what I do is after every game, they write the scores. All right, so I make sure that they participate so that they feel that there's some ownership.
Going back to the team taking ownership of the scoreboard, if at all possible, let them design the scoreboard. Let them decorate it. Let them put their own flavor in what's on the scoreboard. This is just a little bit more that will be done to help them take more ownership and be more emotionally engaged in the process, although this may not be the most important one. I want to go back to something that I touched on lightly, and those are the measurements. What is being measured? It is crucial that players, that teams can see where they are now and where they need to be. What this does is that over time, as time goes by the week, by the month, teams can see their progress. And one of the examples that I had with my team is I have a team scoreboard in which I put the results and which I put the goals. And then we all looked at the results, and I said, you guys see the results and you guys see where we want to be. How can we approach this training? How should we approach this training so that we can turn the results from where we are now to become better and reach the goals that we want to achieve? So one of the goals was shutouts. We have a goal of 1 shutout, 2 shutouts, and 3 shutouts. And the 2 games that we played in the season, we've committed 3 in the first one and 4 in the second one, with a 3-3 and a 4-4 tie. So now what the players can do is they can say, if we want to do goals of 1 shutout, another goal of 2 shutouts, another goal of 3 shutouts, we know that we have to be better at defending. So what does that mean? That means in practice, when we do these drills, we must be strong defensively, and bring that up again to them in those drills. Bring it up and you will see how the players relate and begin to become emotionally involved, emotionally engaged in defending, because they know that to accomplish that goal, they have to take defending seriously. And this is the magical part of the scoreboard, when they can see the process of where they are now and where they need to go.
And then what I also do is, for example, with these scores that we see and the goals we want, today I asked them, how do we accomplish the goals based on the results that we have so far? And what did you guys say?
Work harder and try our best
Work
on what we're doing.
Exactly. And that's how we get the shutouts, all right? All right, that's good.
Lastly, it is important that you make a scoreboard in which everybody wins. But you want to be very careful in structuring your goals, and you want to make sure that you have goals in there in which the whole team must perform, not just one player, not just two players, but the whole team. That is all that I have in this episode. I will be bringing you more content on how to bring the best out of your teams and how to make you a leader.